All right. So what we're gonna do today is analyze Andres Iniesta. Uh, we're gonna check out his secrets, or what I believe to be secrets. What made Andres Iniesta one of the greatest players of all time? Uh, well, he's still playing, but we don't get to watch him very much because he's over in Japan. Maybe he'll come back to Barcelona as a coach or something. Who knows? God is just reeling everybody in. Thank goodness, by the way. Holy smokes. Because Barcelona was looking rough, the men. Oh, my goodness. Thank God we got Xavi's back and like Laporta's back and Valdez, and they're getting everybody back. Because it was not looking good. And that was like, I don't know how many exactly, but like 6, 7, 8 years in the making that the team that was essentially an anti-Messi. How can we make sure Messi doesn't score? Let's get him all these players. uh, um, okay, we're going to be analyzing Andres Iniesta. What makes him one of the greatest players of all time? And in my humble opinion, what makes Andres Iniesta one of the greatest players of all time is his casual alacrity. Okay, everybody's aware of Iniesta's demeanor. Um, um, and the way he moves across the pitch, gliding elegantly. Uh, it's this casual gliding connection uh, that is actually super overpowered because uh, uh, watch this. We'll do this. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't know if that is actually. Did that have me on the screen as me watching this full screen? I messed that up there. All right, let's re-intro. Yo, I'm about to go in on this analysis. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna analyze Andres Iniesta, what made him one of the greatest players of all time. And in my humble opinion, what makes Andres Iniesta the greatest player of all time is his casual alacrity. Everybody knows he has a certain demeanor, a very unique demeanor and approach to his connection to the game and the way he glides across the pitch. Um, uh, uh, people tend to associate casualness and slowness, um, and like a gliding, more elegant motions associated with bad. We could just say bad, but it's actually not the case. Like the advantages that can be gained from this the casual demeanor is actually super overpowered. So you'll notice here. Let's dive in to this. Hopefully, I can stop this and start this well because it's on Instagram. And this receives the ball. First of all, the position he was forced to see, although back a little bit, he was about as far away as you could possibly be from the defenders. Essentially, if you're you should be a space hunter. I think that's Thomas Muller's nickname, Space Hunter. You should always be hunting for space, the largest amount of space you can find. Essentially, the triangulation of being further as far away from possible as all possible defenders, as far away as possible from all possible defenders. Uh, and so NES is like a line behind the defensive line that's in front of him, whatever. But with his first touch, he just kind of drifts forward here and then pauses. Why would he do that? Why not get the ball and just yo clown fiesta as fast as you can towards the goal? That's what everybody should do, shouldn't they? No. Okay. So Iniesta barely moves with his first few touches and keeps the ball locked and loaded in his holster. Holster, by the way, is a reference point for the ball to your body that's precise, and it should be precise. It needs to be precise. People don't have that precision; it's very annoying. But you'll notice that players like Coutinho are so good at the reference point with which they control the ball that they can beat players without even doing any moves. They just can take quick touches or quick uh, uh, adjustment touches, beat defenders because of how precise their holster plays. So the ball of gravity on the outside of your foot, and in the allows you to, as quickly as possible, play a inside or outside foot pass, or take an inside or outside the foot touch. That's probably the best way I could describe it. But Iniesta is a master holster. Um, Michael Laudrup, a father of holster play. But it makes it easy for you to release outside foot pass, release inside foot cut, outside foot cut, and being able to play passes with the outside of your foot as quickly as possible is extremely important for timing and breaking down back forwards, because defenders try and pay attention to your body language and your hips to see where they're going to be playing their pass. And if you play pass with the outside of your foot, your hips are not facing the way you play. It's easier to disguise the intention when you're going to break another team down. Just manage that. But back to the casual demeanor and the controlled, graceful touches create longer and stronger windows of executability. So, if you take an aggressive touch, the ball disconnects from your body, and during the period where you're catching back up to the ball, and that's the advantage of a casual, graceful, slow touch. You maintain the ability to execute the entire as often as for as long of a periods as possible, and you create those longer and stronger windows of executability, the ability to release pass, the ability to cut, uh, uh, with that controlled, graceful movement. Hazard's best at translating that casual alacrity into aggressive, beating people at as high a speed as you possibly can. And that's how you can beat people without doing any moves. So if you watch, you'll see how to translate holster play, casual holster play, into aggressive play. Um, so that's, I hope that makes sense. So essentially, if you're aggressive with the ball and you're going too fast or going forward, dribbling at, there's a separation between yourself and the ball, and it creates moments where you can't execute an action, and then the timing of the timing of your action execution is probably the primary factor uh, when solving scenarios. And now we take a look at Iniesta here. Boom. That's why. Because Messi was making a run and he was able to time it. You'll notice that because of the fact that he did not take an aggressive first touch, took a protective first touch, keeping it locked into his holster. It's because he knew somebody would be able to time a run based on that, and Messi did. You'll see in this other angle, this zoomed out angle, that's a nice angle. You'll see in this zoomed out angle the timing of it. Just taken, is that a second touch? And you'll see Messi's just began running. Because of the fact, look where the ball is on Iniesta's foot. The ball is so close to Iniesta, it looks like it is his foot. Messi's just began running. So you obviously want to read the body language of your forwards, and then his body language is just the process of being like, I'm going to access the space, the runs create the pass. Let's see how quick. Bam! The pass has been released. That was what? Like, that's actually unreal connection between two players. Almost as if, like he was predicting that run, so it had advanced, but his ability to play that pass like a half second after Messi began the process of making the run is because of the fact that he didn't take a forward touch. He took a controlled touch, kept the ball in his holster, and kept control over his windows of execution. And that's the casual alacrity is one of the many reasons why Iniesta is one of the greatest players of all time. It's a good ball. Well executed, an easy goal for our boy Messi. Wait, he made it, didn't he? He did. Okay, that was clip one. Let's go clip two. It's Hazard. Maybe this is the point then. The point is the. I can't remember. Tell me if you know someone that needs Jesus, Lord. There's two. I don't see two. Did two get deleted or something? Or two? I mean, I can just redo it. Just redo it, but that's kind of dumb. 4, 3, 2. Oh, here we go. Two. Okay, the it's played into Eden Hazard. I guess this is not an analysis of more than just Iniesta. Even though I already mentioned Hazard. You'll notice that Hazard, his body orientation when he was going to receive the ball, his body wasn't facing the pass. His body was facing so that the ball would arrive into his holster. It's not a matter of facing away. It's a matter of orienting yourself so that the ball arrives into your holster. That's the defining factor of your body orientation. Not like always left forward. Make sure you face the goal. Like, the orientation is based on receiving the ball and like allowing to make sure the ball arrives into your holster. Now, let's take a look at how Eden Hazard progresses with the ball. Let me unpause. Hazard progressing with the ball. Boom. Ooh, baby. How fast was he dribbling? I mean, it wasn't 100%, that's for sure. But it also wasn't 50%. Is it hefty? 60 might 70, it might hefty 60. But he was progressing. You'll notice Eden Hazard has like glide, he touches, and when you glide with your touch, so he glides with his touch forward. This entire time he's gliding, his foot connected to the ball. What that means is you can be here gliding, and in the process of a forward explosive motion, where the defender has to react, you can adjust glide any way you want to. And so you'll see here, Eden Hazard mid, and like we said before, this is how you transfer casual holster play into aggressive holster play. Eden Hazard's an example of that. He's able to beat this defender without doing a move. He just takes a touch with the inside of his foot. Watch. Boop. That's all he did. He just took a touch with the inside of his foot. That's all he had to do. Because of the alacrity of his ability to execute that touch. Boom. Bop. I get that? Does that make sense? So he orients his body so the ball arrives into his holster, keeps the ball locked into his holster as often as possible. Glidey touches, glidey, boop. It makes so that he can be as alacric as possible when the challenge comes in. Or he needs to adjust based on the situation. Tell me if you know someone that needs. You know what? I'm going to leave it there, dude. That's all you guys get. That's too much info for you guys. Like, that's all you get. That's all you get, bro. That's the end of the analysis. If you want more, give me like $5 or something. Tell me if you know someone that needs